public participation at board meetings, policy, and I do read the policies. So, and this is no criticism of the present superintendent, but it's about the policy. And this is in reference to the written correspondence may be directed to the board through the superintendent for consideration at a meeting. Copies of all correspondence should be available to all board members. But, you know, and then next on that, it says, any member of the public wishes to have an item placed on the agenda will present the request in writing to the superintendent or designee. This seems like a consolidation of power. And we see this in a lot of school board policies coming up or coming down from higher ups like the MSDA and things that DESE wants to put out and stuff, that they want to consolidate a lot more power within the superintendent. And I think they're taking power away from the governance of the school board. And I think this is a very dangerous thing, that someone can't go directly to the school board. And I request a change of this policy. You know, this originally policy was made in 2008. Things change. We just think, looking through all these policies coming up, that we're seeing a consolidation of power and use of the superintendent's time that she may not have or he may not have, that really the school board should be addressing directly. And along that lines, I would like to address an event that happened at the last school board meeting, October 19th, where a patron was expelled, Mrs. Hill. And you know, we have a tradition in the United States throughout.
I'm sorry to interrupt. This public comment needs to be associated with an agenda item.
Well, it's under, I kind of feel it goes under the public participation at board meetings. And I would like to ask you to give me a little leeway on this. It's important.
All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Because we think some wrongs were done last week. And it may be a little bit of inexperience in the board in these matters, because, you know, in past board meetings, it's been very congenial, you know, and we've had nice people out here, you know, and this particular person has said things before at meetings out loud, which even I think was a little too much. But in our tradition of public meetings in the United States, we should have the ability to maybe say, oh, or ah, or that's terrible, or that's good. You know, we clap at these things. You know, is that going to be disallowed if somebody doesn't like the particular type of clapping? And some of the things that happened last week when Mrs. Hill was taken out was you had 3 violations of your own procedure here. It says here, if a patron interrupts or shouts out during a business or board meeting, the president should stop the meeting and state to the patron that they are out of order. This was not done. If the patron continues, the president can ask the person to leave the meeting. This was not done. If the patron does not leave and continues, the president shall call for a recess, instruct the SRO to remove the individual, which was done. The full board will walk out of the room at the time. The SRO on duty will escort the person out of the building, and this was not done. Also, these were 3 violations of your own procedures, and you can even say there was a 4th because the last outburst was not done by Mrs. Hill.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Downey.
You got the wrong person.